Welcome to today's story, the podcast where one powerful idea can shift your day. Not everything in life can be controlled, but how we respond, what we make of the pain, that's where our true strength begins. Welcome to today's story, where real stories breathe and voices find truth in the silence. Tonight, I'll tell you a story not about dying, but about living. About a man who faced the end and chose to teach the world how to live with purpose, joy, and grace. This is the story of Professor Randy Pausch and the legendary talk he gave before saying goodbye. Before he was famous, Randy was just like any of us. A dreamer, a father, a teacher. He believed in imagination, in creativity, in building things that matter. He taught computer science at Carnegie Mellon University, but what he really taught was how to dream big. He helped his students design virtual worlds. He pushed them to fail, learn, and try again. He used to say, "The brick walls in our way are there for a reason. They let us prove how badly we want something." But one day, everything changed. A sharp pain, a diagnosis, pancreatic cancer, terminal, just months to live. He was 47 years old, a wife, 3 little children, and a clock that suddenly started ticking louder than ever. His university invited him to give what they called the last lecture, a tradition where professors share the wisdom they'd leave behind. Most people imagine it as a fantasy. For Randy, it was real. He walked onto that stage in September 2007. Hundreds filled the auditorium. He looked thin, but he was smiling. Then, he did something no one expected. He dropped to the floor and did push-ups. Yes, push-ups. The audience laughed, thinking it was a joke, but it wasn't. He wanted to prove that even dying couldn't take away his spirit. Then he began. He didn't talk about death. He talked about dreams, childhood dreams to be exact. He showed slides of himself as a boy, wanting to float in zero gravity, to work for Disney, to become Captain Kirk from Star Trek. Each dream seemed impossible, yet one by one, he made them real. He said, "It's not about achieving your dreams, it's about leading your life the right way. If you do that, the dreams will come to you." As he spoke, people laughed, cried, and took notes. It felt less like a farewell, and more like a blueprint for living. He said, "When you see a child playing, never say, 'Stop dreaming.' Dreaming is the fuel of progress." He said, "Show gratitude. When you mess up, say you're sorry. When someone helps you, thank them. And when you love someone, tell them." Emotional. He talked about his wife, Jai, how she carried his fear without showing her own. How she once said, "I just want the kids to remember you smiling." He looked at the audience and said, "I can't control how long I live, but I can control how I live." When I first heard his lecture, I didn't feel sad. I felt awake. He wasn't teaching us how to avoid death. He was teaching us how to earn life. He said, "It's not how you achieve your dreams, it's how you live your life that matters." So, ask yourself, what are your brick walls made of? What dreams have you buried because you were too busy surviving? Maybe tonight, you can take one small step toward the life you keep postponing. That was the story of Randy Pausch, the professor who taught us how to live. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs light tonight. Subscribe to today's story for more true stories that awaken the soul and remind us what it means to be alive. Leave a comment. Tell us what part of Randy's message stayed with you. Thank you for listening, for giving these words a home inside your heart. And remember, we all have limited time, but the way we use it can echo forever.